So just today, I was coming up here today for our interview, and I had been here at Sparrow Hospital about 6 months ago, and one of the doctors there who sat in on my presentation called me. Her daughter now needs a wig, unfortunately, and she's 12 years old. So as I was coming up for this interview today, I went to her home and measured and fit her child before the interview to save her a trip down, because the daughter's getting ready to go in for her surgery, and then they can stop and pick the wig up. I can go ahead and get it started for her. So
how long does it take to make a wig?
It takes about 4 weeks. So when the kids first come in to see us, we put them in a synthetic wig, and this gets them used to the idea of wearing a wig, because when they want to leave, they want to leave with hair. Well, each wig is custom made, so it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to make them. So we give them what we call a temporary wig, which is a synthetic wig, and then when they come to see us, then they go into their human wig. Like this one in particular, a lot of kids will ask us, like, I want to go to prom and I'm going out, and can I style my wig in different styles? Sure, you can braid it, you can do all kinds of different things with it. But when we first get them, you know, we fit them. And most kids want to look pretty close to what they look like.
Right.
They, you know, but if they want, you know, because we have teenagers too, if they want highlights in there, you know, or they want a pink strand of hair in there, you know, we make whatever they want happen for them.
Well, that's great.
It is great. It's a great program.
You know, it's a self-esteem issue. I can only imagine. Well, I know people have lost hair due to other purposes too, and you know, it's not necessarily pleasant, I guess, but certainly when you're dealing with an illness, and then you have that issue on it too, and you know, you've got all kinds of emotional issues and psychological issues, and you know, person's immune system's compromised, so they may not be feeling well, and if they're feeling badly about themselves, it might make the situation even worse. And I've met some children that have gone through this program, and I'm really quite impressed with the impact that it has made on them. It's such a positive thing, and such a really kind of a loving thing to do to any fellow human beings. I just commend you for the work that you've done on that. I know you know, you also have issues that you have self-confidence issues and other issues as children are going on, and I know with the wellness center that you have some therapeutic professionals that you work with that also assist, camaraderie therapy, that's really important. You're also a group that's supported your nonprofit. You have a fundraiser, and you solicit and accept private donations. Is that the primary way of funding this, other than, and then you have the Go Green Salon?
It is an honor and privilege to serve these children, first of all. And yes, we are solely funded through the kindness and generosity of the community, and this state has embraced our program and has allowed us to continue to work and serve these kids. And that is how, because there is no funding. And I wanted to mention that in 17 other states across America, insurance covers and recognizes the need for a child to have a wig, but Michigan is not one of them. So maybe this is something that we could in the future address.
I have a feeling I'm being lobbied for something
you
right
now.
But it sounds like a good idea.
It's really important.
It does sound like a good idea.
It's really important.
Because I know insurance does cover a certain other type of prosthetic devices and things like this, and when you're dealing with something like that, because it's just tied in with everything, you could tell somebody is feeling bad about themselves or their self-appearance, or they're so unhappy with what they're going through that it does tend to compound. And I've physician friends, they'll tell you how you feel about yourself when you're going through something like that. It makes a big difference in how you recover, and so it's really important. I totally understand that.
Well, and that's why we expanded our programming, as you said, to include the Wellness Center, because we saw the need to support these children socially, emotionally, and psychologically.
Tell us a little bit about the Wellness Center.
So now we offer, you know, art therapy, music therapy, and we did that for like 2 years, and now this year we've even expanded. Now we have an ancillary medical support office where the children can be seen one-on-one. In our Wellness Center, we also offer group therapy. Like the children will be in one area doing music or art therapy, and there's a sliding door that closes because we don't have the parents drop the kids off. We also help the family to heal. And in the next room are the parents, and they're working with dietitians, grief and loss counselors, psychologists, school therapists, because this affects the child in every area and the family. So this is going on simultaneously. Now they don't know that they're in therapy. They just think they're having fun. But it's the camaraderie and the friendship between them. And then they start Facebooking each other and they start texting each other. And it's really great to see they reach out. They become pen pals. And I mean, it's so nice to see because they now know somebody else like them. And you know, they meet other children when they go to the hospital. But this is not in a medical setting. So they're not afraid, and they're open.
It's got to be very therapeutic. When you're going through something tough like that, it's, you know, I hate to say the misery loves company, but you're really having some sense of common experience going through that, and particularly for children, it's very difficult. It's heartbreaking when I've seen this, but at the same time, I've always been impressed with the resiliency and the simple joys that you see in these things, and I know you get a lot of that with what you deal with. Now, if somebody wanted to contact you, you've got a website, I know. It's www.wigsforkids with the number 4.org, and then there is a you've got a phone number, 586-772-6656. So if somebody wants to get some information on that, they can look into that as well. Maybe you have, I don't know, you have a Facebook site as well?
We do.
So Wigs for Kids on Facebook. You go on like that, which is really interesting. And now somebody might have, I've been accused of having too long of hair certain times. If I wanted to donate my hair and go like get a buzz cut or something, not that I'm saying I'm going to do a buzz cut, but if somebody wanted to donate hair, what would they do?
Well, I happen to like your hair.
Okay, thank you. And you're a professional with this too, so that's good.
But you know, boys, 10% of our kids are boys. So it is important, and it's so neat to see these great big Harley guys and all these men come in and donate their hair. And but we really have no way of knowing if their hair goes to a girl or a boy. But boys like to know that boys donate their hair to our program. But so we do have boys in our program as well. But if it's about 7 inches or more, we can use it. But we ask for 10 inches because 90% of our kids are girls, and girls like long hair. So, and once it's sewn into the cap, you know, these are all custom made. So we make a plaster mold of their head, and then it's sent to California with the hair, and it's all hand sewn and made. And then they send it back to us, and I style it and make it look like whatever style they want. And so if you visit our website, all the details are on there, and you're always welcome to come by. You know, we're located in St. Clair Shores. Come by our center for a visit. We're open 6 days a week. But most importantly, when I have the opportunity to go out and speak, I always want people to know that we make it very simple for these families. You go online, you fill out a 2-page application, and you get a note from your doctor stating that your child is receiving treatment or has hair loss, a medical issue that's causing hair loss. And they call us and we get them in the next day. There is no waiting. We help everyone, we charge nothing, and we turn no one away.
And that's awesome too, because a lot of times families are not only struggling with the health issues, but the financial burden, and sometimes that's something, particularly that's not covered by insurance, you know, an unmet need that is being met here in St. Clair Shores, Michigan, which is, I just think it's awesome. The work that you're doing is just incredible, and we really do appreciate all the things that you're doing. But this is such an interesting program too. I think you mentioned you have a pool at the Wellness Center. Did I understand that too? No,
we don't have a pool. Maybe in our next center we will.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't have that yet, but we do have quite an extensive array of support groups and services for the children. Like if they're going for their senior pictures, they come in, or they're going for prom. They come in and one does their hair and one does their makeup. And there is no charge for any of their services that they receive. So they don't only receive the wig, but they get the kit, everything to maintain and take care of it, the shampoo, the conditioner, the sleep cap. When you lose your hair, you lose 40% of your body heat out the top of your head. So I have these little sleep caps, and I tell them they're jammies for their head. And so that they'll wear them, and it helps to keep them warm. But these are things we don't think of when you have hair. You know? I
guess, you wouldn't think of it until it actually impacts you. I think it's just very interesting, some of the things that you've done with this, and like I said, the mayor was talking about it, and just a big supporter of it. And I've met a couple other people that have had some experience with your program, and I was very impressed. That's why I wanted to have you on the show and let more people know about it in the community, because, you know, frankly, there's a lot of good people out there in our community that are doing a lot of good things, and I think Wigs for Kids is just an excellent program, and it's meeting a largely unmet need that up until you started this up, there really wasn't anybody doing anything with this, and I just think it's incredible what you're doing with all the children that you've helped over the years, and will continue to do in the future. And if somebody wanted to volunteer and do some work with you, do you have opportunities for people to, you know, as well as maybe financially donate, but to volunteer with the organization? What kind of work would they do?
We do. Well, I always say, if you're breathing, we can find a job for you. Because, you know, volunteers are the backbone of your organization when you're a nonprofit, and we're so grateful to all of them. We have brownie troops that come in and stuff envelopes for us, and we have grandmas that are 70 years old that come in and help us put our you know, our folders together that we hand out to the families and the kids. So, you know, we always have jobs for you to do. If you come in, we have guys that come and they'll, you know, paint, or they'll do repairs around there, whatever needs to be done. It's a labor of love. And
your website, does that list volunteer activities
or
you
can fill out a volunteer
resources
application.
that you need?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, because I think a lot of folks might be interested in this. I think it's a really good program.
Well, it's a good way to serve the children of our community. And the nice thing is, Senator Bieda, if they donate their time, it's right to our kids right here in Michigan. If they donate their talent, they get to see what they've given. And the same thing with their funds, you know. So, I mean, their hair is walking around on some kid's head in our community. So if you donate your hair, I mean, it's true. So it's kind of nice to know that.
When you kind of mentioned this, when the children come in, you try to match them up with hair. Is there a certain unmet hair color need, or?
No, but you know, that's a good question, because strawberry blondes and redheads are a real rare commodity. But fortunately, the supply and demand has been able to keep up. So, no, there's a nice variety of people. You know, these young people are the ones who really donate their hair the most. These kids, I go out to a different school every single week and present. I was in Troy this morning, Troy Athens School this morning, presenting to their honor society. And 2 days ago, I was at South Lake presenting to 600 students. Because if they understand education is powerful, if they understand when they see a child like this, instead of bullying them or ostracizing